So, you most likely live in Idaho. You and probably some of your friends are very bored. You don't have a ton of money, but you're looking for something to do. That's where I come in. So here are my 4 top things that you can do in Idaho. Keep in mind this list is going to favor the people who live in the Treasure Valley. These things are also very budget friendly, so the only expense to do any of these things is gas. So starting off, we're gonna start with one of my favorite places to visit, and that is Jump Creek. Just a few minutes out of Marsing, you'll find a little canyon. This canyon is beautiful and fun to hike just by itself, but if you hike right down the middle of the canyon, you will find a waterfall. It's like a little oasis in the middle of a desert. The waterfall, it forms this little pond at the bottom that you can swim in. It's amazing for photos, and this is a year-round place. It's beautiful to go in the summer, but it's absolutely gorgeous in the winter. The waterfall completely freezes over, and the area around it just turns into a winter wonderland kind of place. It's almost like you hike down that canyon during the winter, and it's like you're entering another world. It's an absolute gorgeous place to visit if it's winter or if it's summer. I've gone by myself before, I've gone with friends. If you live in this area or you're visiting this area, I highly recommend checking it out. Next up, we're gonna take a look at a place that's even more off the beaten trail. There's an old empty lava tube that's around the Kuna area that has formed a little bit of a cave system. Now, to get into the cave system itself, it's just a hole in the ground with a steel ladder that descends into this cave. This is a place that you can go either day or night. It really doesn't matter. Me and my friends, we have gone multiple times, but the very first time we went, we brought flares with us, and it was like we were real life cave explorers. And since this is a little bit more off the beaten trail, people tend to trash it a little bit. I've actually gone down before and took some time to clean up the cave myself. Just if you go to any of these places that I suggest, don't leave your trash. Just don't trash the earth. But Kuna Caves, I definitely recommend, especially if you want to have a little more adventurous feel to your day. Next up on the list is a bit of a big one. If you go up north just a tiny bit into the mountains in Idaho, it can be absolutely beautiful. There are tons of hiking trails, and just driving through the forest is just such a calming thing. So if you want to go up into the mountains, but you want more of a destination, besides just camping, I recommend going to a little town called McCall. It's this cute little mountain town that's up in the mountains, obviously. There's a lake, there's a ton of great restaurants and little shops. It's just such a fun little town. And this is another one that it's a year-round kind of thing. In the summer, it's absolutely beautiful, but in the winter, there is all kinds of events going on. Every winter, they have this thing called the Winter Carnival, where they have ice sculptures and all kinds of other just winter festivities. The Winter Carnival happens about the end of every January. If you live here especially, I definitely recommend just taking a weekend, you and some of your friends, even if it's just a day trip. I've gone the past 2 years, and honestly, I've made some pretty great memories. So this last one is a big one. This last one consists of all of downtown Boise. Downtown Boise, for one, I love big city type vibes, and downtown Boise it has a little piece of that. It's definitely not a huge city, but it has some skyscrapers, and it has a fun feel to it. A vibe that definitely doesn't match the rest of Idaho, which it's a good switch up. Now, if you don't have a whole ton of money to spend, you want something to do for the day, if walking around downtown gets kind of boring, check out Freak Alley. There's this alleyway that Boise has just dedicated to art. And seriously, that's what it is. It's just an alleyway. Like, there's dumpsters and all. it's just an alley, but there's art all over it. Every August, they come and repaint the walls and have new artists come in and create new pieces. It's an art gallery, but not a typical art gallery. It feels very real and very organic, and that's what I love about it. It's also great for photos, taking photo shoots. Another thing to do in Boise, if you live in this area, you probably know about it, Table Rock. Most cities have some sort of lookout point. It's a place that you can go up and kind of look over the city, and you can see for a few miles out. It's beautiful in the day or at night. It has a few hiking trails that you can spend some time hiking if that's your thing. And finally, one last thing to do in the downtown Boise area is the Greenbelt. The Greenbelt is this biking trail that follows this river. It passes through a ton of beautiful parks. The parks of Boise, they have really put a lot of work into. Some of the parks, it's just canopied by trees, and there's deer and other just wild animals roaming around. Again, great for photos. There's wild flowers. It's just a beautiful place to be. So that is it. Those are my 4 things that I recommend to do in Idaho. Again, I am actually moving away from Idaho in a week, so this is kind of my tribute to my home. Also, if you have any Idahoan friends who might want to go exploring, think of this video, they might find it informative. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. As I said, I am moving. This set is so temporary. As you can see, look, all my stuff is in boxes. Next time you see me, I will most likely be in Salt Lake City. So, my name is Kyler. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.